Hooray! Welcome back to the channel. In today's Modern Warfare 3 video, we are going to be keeping you updated, man, for the newest settings for this game, man. We got graphic settings, we got gameplay settings, controller settings, all that good stuff. Definitely tune into the gameplay settings, man. It is a beast settings video, so make sure you guys definitely enjoy it, man. Hit that like button if you do, subscribe, be a part of that Naughty gang, and sit back, relax, and enjoy. Yo, so let's get started with these beautiful settings for this beautiful video, man. My current settings are, you're going to be seeing what I use, man. We got graphic settings, we got controller settings, audio settings, all that beautiful good stuff, gameplay settings and whatnot. You know, this is one of the best settings to use right now on Modern Warfare 3 Warzone 3, right? So let's get right into it. We are going to be starting off with the quick settings. I have quick settings right here set up. All you have to do is just click it. You know, we're on the main menu right now. You press start, you know, you scroll over to the settings tab, quick settings. First off, this is how you add and remove settings to the quick settings menu. Press triangle if you're on PlayStation, plus press Y if you're on Xbox. You remove it if you don't want it, you add it if you do, right? I just removed mouse settings because I don't play mouse and keyboard, but you know, you get the gist of it. So right now we have aim and input device. Obviously we have controller. We also have controller settings for vertical and horizontal sensitivity. On the graphics side, we have display mode, field of view, brightness, and then audio we have master game volume, right? This is my quick game settings. This is what I use for the most part. You know, I lower my game volume, raise the game volume, mess with the field of view, mess with the display mode because I do have two monitors. And then for the vertical sensitivity, horizontal, I'd like to switch, you know, depending on if I play Warzone or not. I make it slower or faster, right? So let's get right into the actual setting. For the controller settings, we are going to be running tactical button layout. This is what I do run just so that you could be a bit more aggressive when you're playing multiplayer or Warzone. It just basically switches the melee with sliding and diving, right? Or crouching. In this case, crouching is R3 and stabbing and meleeing is circle. Bumper ping, we are going to have it as off. What this does is it merges the lethal and the tactical with the same button, and switching the tactical and the ping buttons from the current button layout. Now, we do have this as off, as I did mention. We do have flip, L1, L2, R1, R2 as off. I like regular default controller settings, you know. Stick button layout, we do have it as default. I don't like to mess with none of this, you know. Like I said, I do like to keep my controller settings default, except for tactical version. Controller vibration, I do like to have it as off, just because when I'm in certain situations trying to drop that nuke or playing search, that controller vibrating is kind of distracting. For the trigger effect, you know, for newer gen games, if you do have this as on, you will literally feel the trigger getting tighter and tighter the heavier the weapon. So for example, if you use a sniper a lot, pressing that trigger, if you're trying to quick scope, honestly, you're gonna have to press that thing hella hard for it to shoot, right? So I have it as off. That way every gun is the same. It's the same default trigger effect. So for the next section, we are going to be pressing R1 or you know, RB, I believe it is on Xbox, to go to the aiming section. Now for horizontal and vertical, I do run both as a 10. ADS sensitivity multiplier, I keep it as 1, which is default. Sensitivity multiplier, I keep everything as default, which is 1. And then vertical aim axes, I do keep it as everything standard, all right? So tactical stance sensitivity, I have it as 1 as well. Aim response rate, definitely very important. It does help out with aiming, giving you an ideal. It's basically for more experienced players. It makes fast starting movement and then slows down to the aiming rate depending on where you're aiming. All right, so we do have it as dynamic. For the ADS sensitivity multiplier, we have it as 1. ADS sensitivity transition timer, we also have it as instant. And then custom sensitivity per zoom, we have it as off. For the aim assist, we do have target aim assist obviously as on, unless you're demon like, you know what I'm saying, and want to mess around. Turn that thing off, you know. It is quite a bit of a challenge if you do turn it off, but it does actually make you aiming better. Sometimes I do like to warm up with it off. That way, you know, you're very precise with that aiming. But, you know, for the most part, turn that thing on, you know what I'm saying. Free aimbot. Aim assist type, we are going to be running Black Ops just because I do like the traditional aiming of the old Black Ops games. Third person ADS correction type, we do have it as assist, which does correct the aiming and prioritizes keeping the crosshairs pointing at other players. For the motion sensor aiming, we do have everything as off and regular the way it is. So pressing R1, switching to the next section, which is gameplay settings. These are a bit more precise about movement and whatnot. So automatic sprint, we do have it as automatic tactical sprint. Slide maintain sprint, we do have it as off, which is basically meaning to continue sprint after performing a slide. Definitely have that off, you know. You don't want this thing moving for you, you know what I'm saying? We're controlling it, not the game. Auto move forward, we also have it as off, same reason as the sliding maintaining sprint. Tactical sprint behavior, we do have it as double tap. If you press the left analog stick up twice, you're automatically sprinting. Whereas if you do it one time, you know, you're not sprinting as fast, or you're just regular running. Grounded mantle, we do have it as on. Automatic airborne mantle as partial, which means you're making you automatically mantle only if it could prevent the fall. So you're kind of making the game take over you, but you know, it helps out a lot, especially if you're mantling a lot, especially on Warzone. You know, it does help you out if you're about to like break your ankles, right? Automatic ground mantle hang, we do have it as off. Slide dive behavior, tap to slide, meaning all you have to do is just touch the, in my case, R3, or if you guys play on default controller settings, this circle button, you just have to tap it. You do not have to hold it to slide while you are running. For the plunging underwater, we do have it as trigger, making it seem as if you're sprinting and looking down to plunge underwater. Parachute automatic behavior, we have it as free fall. Sprinting door bash, we do have it as on, just so that we can sprint through a closed door and literally bash through it, right? Making it open more quickly. It does make a louder effect, but listen, we like that. Ledge climb behavior, we do have it as mantle only, meaning pressing the mantling button while hanging from the ledge will climb you up. As for the combat behaviors on the gameplay settings, aim down sight behavior, we do have it as hold. That way, you know, we hold the trigger and we're aiming. We're not just tapping to hold and then we have to tap again to unaim. You know, we're literally controlling it as we either hold it or unhold it, right? Chain zoom activation, sprint and tactical sprint to focus, right? We're changing the zoom by pressing the button associated with the sprint, tactical sprint, focus button, okay? For equipment behavior, we do have it as hold, which means you're pressing and holding to ready or cook your grenade, and then you're releasing it to throw or deploy. I personally do not like the toggle. Reason being, you have to press the button a bunch of times just to throw the freaking grenade, right? We don't want that. We just want to press that thing one time, hold it if we want to hold it, let it go if you want to let it go. End of story. For the weapon mount activation, we do have it as double tap for ADS, meaning if you double tap your aiming button, you will mount over something or by a doorway if you're near one. Weapon mount exit delay, we do have it as medium. Tactical stance activation, ADS and the down button. Now all you have to do is just literally aim and then press the down button and you'll keep it as a tactical stance, right? Good way to, you know, get cooked easy camos rather than just sliding and using a tactical stance. So that's what I usually do when I'm grinding for camos. Tactical stance behavior, we have it as on toggle. Interact reload behavior, this is one of my favorites. Prioritize interact. Now this is why, as you guys can see, we do have 4 different options. We have tap to reload, which means you're tapping to reload and you're holding the action button to interact. Tap to interact means you're tapping to interact and you're holding to reload. Prioritize interact means you're tapping to reload and interact, but then you're tapping to interact and holding the action button to reload when they are available at the same time, right? Now, for prioritize reload, we have to tap to reload and interact, but then you have to tap to reload while holding to interact when they are available at the same time. Prioritize interact is one of the best ones to use if you guys do play Warzone, and very aggressive that is. You know, do have to get used to the button scheme, but I feel like this is way faster in aggressiveness. Armor plate behavior we do have is apply 1, because if you put apply all, it's literally going to put every armor plate you have, even if you're in the middle of a fight, right? So apply 1, you know what I'm saying, move around, apply one other one, move around, down somebody, apply another one, you know. ADS stick swap, we do have it as off. Backpack control, directional buttons. Use the directional buttons to navigate the backpack interface, right? This is for Warzone, DMZ, all that good stuff. Depleted ammo weapon switch, we do have it as on. That way, automatically your gun will switch when you waste out of ammo. That way you can swip really quickly to your pistol or SMG if you play Warzone using overkill, 2 weapons and whatnot. Quick C4 detonation, we do have it as 1 by 1. That way we just throw a C4, blow up, throw a C4, blow it up. I use it like this. You know, you can use grouped if you want, if you're more, I feel, more aggressive in a way, if you do use more than one lethal. Manual fire behavior, we do have it as press, which means you press once for each shot. Akimbo behavior, we do have it as each weapon is firing using an individual input, meaning independent. But if you have it as paired, each weapon is fired together using the same input. So you basically shoot both guns with 1 bullet. Independent is shooting both guns with 2 separate buttons. Vehicle behaviors, we do have it as default, short delay for vehicle camera, free look for camera initial or position, and then melee for lean out activation. For the overlay behaviors, we do have it as toggle for scoreboard, you know, keeping the default. Ping wheel delay, we do have it as moderate. Double tap danger ping delay is moderate. And then wheels behavior, we do have it as hold. Now, as for the graphic settings, we do have the display mode full screen borderless if you guys are running. Honestly, I run 2 monitors, and full screen borderless is one of the best ones just because it gives you the whole monitor space, and then the mouse cursor is free to leave each monitor, right? So without minusing the frames, without freezing your game or any of that nonsense, it literally just slides over as you please, right? All I have to do is just press the Windows button, and I could just switch from monitor to monitor. No problems. I can literally see the game happening as I switch to my other monitor. For the display monitor, obviously, this is default, whichever monitor you want to use. Display adapter as well. This is all default. In this case, I have a RTX 3090. For the aspect ratio, this is always automatic as well. Wide 16 to 9. Display gamma, we do have it as default as well. 2.2 sRGB brightness. Now, I raise it usually between 55 to 60, depending on how I'm feeling, you know. But usually I've been running 55. It's been pretty nice. It's not too dark on dark maps. You know, in different corners, you'll see enemies hiding. So 55 is pretty decent. Constrained mouse to game window, we do have it as off, meaning it prevents the mouse from leaving the game area when playing in window mode. We don't play in really window mode. We just play full screen borderless. So, you know, if it pertains to you playing window mode, you know, turn it on, but if not, obviously turn it off. And video reflex low latency, we do have it as on, which means the low latency mode is enabled and optimizing system latency, making your gameplay more realistic. Sustainability, we do have eco mode preset as efficiency, VSync gameplay off, and then VSync menus at 100%. Custom frame rate, we do have it as custom. Now, gameplay custom frame rate, I do have it as 300, but this all depends on what game drive you do have. In this case, a graphics card, I have a 3090. You could put it a bit higher. If you run a lower graphics card, you know, lower the frames a little bit. But for the most part, you know, I run the max. Menu custom, I keep it as low as I can because you don't need to kill your frames. You don't need to kill your graphics card. You don't need to kill your hard drive for the menu. You know what I'm saying? Who cares about the menu? It's not trying to look good, right? Autofocus custom frame rate, we do have it as 30. Menu render resolution, we do have it as optimal, meaning it's a slight reduction to 3D scenes. Pause game rendering, we do have it as off. Focus mode at 0. Now off to the quality settings, pressing R1. Graphic preset, we do have it as custom, right? Now, render resolution, we do have it as 100. This means it's on HD 1920 1080. Dynamic resolution is off. Upscaling sharpening, we do have it as Fidelity FX CAS with the CAS strength at 50. Path tracing reconstruction, we do have it as off. And then the VRAM scale target, we do have it as 90 with the variable rate shading with off. For the details and texturing, I do run pretty low details and textures. As I did say, man, my RAM is not going to be dying out here. You know what I'm saying? My gameplays are really clear. You know, the higher you have graphics card, the higher you can put these. You know, it goes all the way to high. You know, notice how it goes up super high, that usage. But it's up to you, man. This is definitely personal preference. My gameplays look really clear running these low settings, right? Texture resolution, we have very low. Texture filter, anisotropic is low. Depth of field, we do have it as off. Detail quality level, we have it as low. Particle resolution, very low. Remember, I don't care for all this effects. You know, I'm just trying to play the game, get good content, get good gameplays. This is pretty decent settings. Bullet impact, we do have it as on. You know, I'm not trying to have like one of them fake games out here, we do need them bullet impacts on the walls and whatnot. Persistent effects, we do have it as off. Shader quality as low. And then on-demand texture streaming, we have it as low, as off as well. Local texture streaming quality, we have it as low. For the shadow and lighting, we do have shadow quality as very low. Screen space shadows as off, and so is ambient occlusion, screen space reflections as off. Static reflection quality, we have it as low. Tessellation, we have it as off. Volumetric quality as low as well. Lowering that light and fog a bit, you know. I don't want to see none of that nonsense. It's honestly a distraction. So for me, it is. If it isn't for you, raise that thing all the way up, you know. Deferred physics quality is off. Weather grid volume is off. Water quality is off. Now for the view side, we're on field of view section. Field of view, I run 120, but you can run 110 just so that you can get a bit more feel of, you know, if you're a sniper, I feel like the closer you are to the screen, the better. A lot of people do snipe at 120 field of view. Remember, it's like if it's getting farther away, that way you can see more screen. But as a sniper, you know, you can put from 100 to 110. It looks really nice. I run 120. I snipe rarely, but, you know, definitely personal preference. ADS field of view is affected. Weapon field of view default. Third person field of view, we have it as 80, and then field of view for the vehicles, we have it as default. For the camera now, just to decrease more RAM usage, turn off that motion blur. Turn off that weapon motion blur. Very distraction in my opinion. It makes me feel like I'm freaking blind when I'm moving. As you guys are seeing, man, check it out. It literally looks just like that. It looks horrible. I like it as off. That way the game looks more realistic. Film grain, we have it as 0.25. First person camera movement default, which is 100%, as well as third person camera movement as default as well. Third person ADS transition, we have it as third person ADS. And a spectator camera as helmet camera inverted flashbang off. What this does is, instead of turning the screen white, it turns the screen black. All right, so now for the audio settings. Audio mix, we do have it as PC speakers, headphones, game sound settings. I do have it as voice meter input. This is a download that you can do. That way you can, it's for streaming purposes. You can listen to Discord on the stream or not. You know, this is what I have. That's why I have it as that. Speaker output, I have it as stereo. Master game volume at 100 all the way. Now for the extras, gameplay music volume, we do have it as a bit low for 30. I don't really like to hear music in the game, you know, unless you're in a juggernaut. Dialogue volume, we have it as 90 just because sometimes they do give call outs, and then, you know, for the most part, let's say if you're on Warzone, like they do mention if there's a sniper out there, or even on multiplayer. So it's definitely nice to have it. I don't like to have it blasted because sometimes they yell like crazy and it gets too loud. Effects volume, definitely need that 100. For the movie music volume, also 100. It does sound really nice, you know. War tracks volume, put that at 100, man. If you're driving vehicles out there, you want to blast that. Voice chat volume, I do have it as 30, just so that you know, the people out in the gameplay, it's not really that loud as I'm playing. So, you know, most of the time I do have them muted, but it's low just because some people have their loud mics. So for the voice chat, we do have it as on, obviously, if you want to speak to people. Game voice channel or lobby. Last words voice chat, we do have it as off, and then proximity chat on, of course. Come on, man. For the microphone, I am a streamer, so I do have it as push to talk. That way I'm not talking to everyone in the game as I'm speaking to you guys, right? So push to talk, definitely very nice if you're on PC. Microphone input device default, obviously. Microphone level, I do have it a bit high just so that people can hear me, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be toxic. So for the subtitles, we do have it as all on. That way sometimes, as I did mention, man, the operators do call outs. So sometimes, you know, it'll be on below your screens, which is very nice if you're not listening, or sometimes you guys play music. We got the subtitles. Keep the subtitle size default. I don't want no large text coming up, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to play the game with no words. All right, so for these settings on Modern Warfare 3, these were it. Beautiful controller settings, beautiful graphic settings, beautiful audio settings, man. All around, I love these settings. Definitely check them out. If you guys do enjoy it, man, if you guys do like these settings, hit that like button. Definitely subscribe. Turn that noti bell on, man. Just be part of that noti gang. Just so you can hit that like button and comment first whenever I do upload, man. We got shorts, we got live videos, we do have regular videos, right? So as I did say, man, definitely enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.